on the computer. Right, hello everyone. We're here today with Youth Options, and Emily will tell you more about their programs and what they can offer for you and your young people. Emily, over to you.
Hi. So I'm Emily. I'm from Youth Options, and we are a charity that is based in Hampshire, working across Andover, Eastleigh, Southampton, Totton, Winchester, and Basingstoke. And our aim is to support children and young people to have a better future, no matter what their life circumstances are. So we work with a range of young people across all of our services from ages 5 up until 25. So we cover a broad range of age groups depending on the delivery programs that you're taking part in. So as a quick overview before I go into it more, we have our prevention services, which are street-based and centre-based youth work. So we work in different areas out of youth centres and then go into hotspot areas where young people might be, engaged with them in their communities and offer support in an early preventative manner. We have our targeted support, which is bespoke one-on-one and group support, as well as family support. So we work with young people who are looking to overcome any sort of barriers or challenges that they may have in their life, whether that may be poor or negative mental health, disengagement in learning, those kind of things, or perhaps if they're leaving the care system. We offer different services for that, and that's up until the age of 18, or if you're a care leaver, it's from 18 plus, 18 to 25. We then offer support for families and parents and guardians, and we do that through non-violent resistance training. So we offer a 10-week course for you to attend, and we work with you to help navigate the challenges that you might be experiencing in your home life to have a more ultimately positive result. And then we also, off the back of that, have our outdoor learning. So we work a lot with schools and other organisations with students who come to our outdoor learning centres, and we use nature and bushcraft skills in order to give them a sense of accomplishment, increase their mental well-being by being out in nature, and support them to perhaps engage in learning in a different setting where a standard education setting might not be best suitable for them, particularly if they have additional needs or need additional support. And then the final sort of string to our bow is our progression opportunities, where we work with older young people, 18 to 25, most often who are not in employment and education, and we support them to gain accredited qualifications. We are a laser accredited centre, so we're able to support them in that journey. We also are able to provide CV workshops and various different workshops, as well as workplace work experience in different centres. So we partner with different organisations to help them get that experience and help get them back into the journey into either education or employment. So that is sort of a very quick overview as what we do as an organisation. Sort of more specifically in our, if I go back to our prevention work, we, like I said, it's centre-based or street-based youth work. And so we particularly do this in Southampton, Totton, Winchester, Basingstoke. And we go to hotspot areas where young people are able to come. It's completely open access. If they see us, you'll see us in a team blue t-shirt or jumper like this one. And you know they're from Youth Options, and you're able to sort of come along, and our trained youth support workers will be there with games, activities, snacks, drinks, able to offer any sort of support in a relaxed setting that they're comfortable with in their own communities. So we do that, and then we also then do that in centres as well. So we run youth centres again across Southampton, Totton and Winchester, where young people are able to come along, and usually this is up until the age of 16 or 18. And again, it's the same premise as sort of youth, street-based youth work, but we do it in a centre. And so if young people are needing early access support, they're able to come to us, and we'll be able to support them to the best of our abilities. To find out more about our prevention work, you can actually head to our website, and all of the details, including a map with locations on there, and see what times we're running, because we run them on a weekly basis, rain or shine, throughout the year. And yeah, you can access that and see what specific age groups, because for instance, we also have specific sessions like Friday night football. So if you're into football, you would be able to come to that, and then sort of vice versa with various different ones, and each centre offers something slightly different. So that is a great thing. Our bespoke targeted support, like I said, it ranges. So we work with primary school children up to the age of 18, and we work with them to overcome the specific barriers or challenges that they might be facing in their life. We often partner with schools and other organisations in order to offer this support. And with that, you can refer yourself to us, like yourself as a parent, or as an organisation or a school, etc., through our website. So if you go onto our website, there's a targeted support page where you just fill in the form, and then our team will then be in touch, sort of discuss the needs of the young people and see how best we could support them in that manner. As I said, we then also do offer family support, and these are aimed at parents and guardians facing challenging relationships within and behaviours within the family home. Of course, this can look different for every family, every situation is individual, and therefore we make sure that our approach is individual to that family. Same with all of our services for young people. We are a young person-led organisation, so if one thing works for one child or young person, it might not necessarily work, and we will tailor that to fit the needs and the experiences of the young people and families that we're working with. With that one as well, with NVR, our Families Together project, you can refer yourself through our website. Again, off the targeted support page, there is a drop-down button that says family support, and then a team member of our Families Together project will then be in touch again to sort of discuss the needs and experiences that might be facing and see how best we can support in that manner. And then outdoor learning, again, similar thing. So we have 2 outdoor learning centres. We have one in Totton and we have one in Eastleigh. And again, so you refer yourself through our website, and often we are partnering with schools, but also parents and carers can get in touch as well themselves, and we'll see how best we can support the children. We find that our outdoor learning is particularly beneficial for young people who need extra support for whichever reason. Our youth support workers are trained, and so we are able to support them in an appropriate manner regarding that. And yeah, it's their chance to be able to come outside and engage in learning in a way that doesn't necessarily fit into the classic education system, but it gives them a sense of accomplishment. We use horticulture, bushcraft skills. You know, at our outdoor learning centres, the young people are fully responsible for the environment that they're in. So they plant foods, they plant seeds, they begin to grow, they harvest. It gives them a sense of accomplishment and a sense of owning something and something to be proud of. And then we use bushcraft skills to light fires so that they can cook the food and eat the food and bring it home. And it gives the young people, yeah, like I said, a sense of accomplishment and something that, it gives them a feeling of, oh, I can do this. If I can do this, what else can I do? Kind of situation. With that, again, if you just go through our website, this is up until the age of 18, then we are able to get back to you and support.
You still offer that in school holidays as well, because one of my children actually has done an outdoor learning program in school holidays specifically.
Yeah, so off the back of that, so our outdoor learning services don't actually run the school holidays, but we do offer a woodland and a bushcraft holiday club, which is essentially the same premise. So we still do the same, a very similar range of activities. So it's bushcraft skills, it's making bug hotels, it's cooking things on the campfire, that kind of thing, and it's giving young people the chance to explore the outside in the school holidays. And we do that at our outdoor learning centre in Eastleigh, as well as at Itchen Valley Country Park, where we also have an outdoor setting there, as well as one of our woodland preschools, Little Owls. So yeah, so we are big on using nature. So it's really beneficial not only for during term time for those that need it during that time, but in the school holidays, get them outside, get fresh air, and do proactive fun things whilst also reaping the mental benefits of being outside and in nature.
Yeah.
So that's a really great part of the outdoor learning, because also with the outdoor learning, it's up until the age of 12 years old. Not outdoor learning, sorry, the Woodland Holiday Club to 12 years old, and then the Bushcraft Holiday Club is for slightly older young people, so we're looking at more secondary school age teenagers. So we're able to keep the two separate, and sort of tailor the activities to what they need, and sort of what's suitable for that age. And then, so our progression opportunities, which is our newest part of our services, is for older young people from 18 to 25. So it's employability. And as I said before, we support them to help get them back in education and employment. We do this across Southampton. We do this across, mainly Southampton and the New Forest at the moment. And yeah, so we do provide workshops, CV writing, work experience, everything that they could possibly need in order to, gain the experience in order to get back into a workplace. We often work with young people who, for whatever reason, are finding themselves not in employment and education, and taking that first step can be really tricky to understand. It can be really tricky to get back into it because you don't know what to do if you're out of that system. Whilst we're in school, everything's very clear set. If you find yourself out of that, it's very tricky and difficult to understand or to know how to get yourself back in. So that's what we do. We help them gain accredited qualifications with LASER, and then provide them all the tools that they need to feel empowered to go out and seek the workplace, seek a workplace, or seek education again. So that, as an overall, is what we do as an organization. Like I said, depending on the services, it ranges in terms of age range, but most of them are really from primary school age up until the age of 18. And then specifically for older young people wanting to get back in education and employment, that is 18 to 25. All of those details can be found on our website. A lot of it is self-referral. So if you just fill in the forms on our website, we'd then be able to get in contact and see where the best place is, particularly with our key work, the one-to-one group support. We work with young people across the county. We are not specifically in one location with that. So as we work, like I said, often with schools, and we meet the needs of the young people. So if they are based in Eastleigh, we'll come to Eastleigh. If they're in Southampton, we'll come to Southampton. And we work very much with the families, young people, and other third-party organisations in order to support them.
Yeah, sounds all really good. And I would tag underneath the link to the webpage. I will put this link on our Facebook page. So if anyone has any questions, they can either DM me and I can forward the questions to you, or put a comment underneath, and I can always feedback to you if there's anything else that parents and carers would like to know. But that sounds all really good, and it's really good to know that you are based in Southampton as well, because it's always sort of like the understanding you guys are further out, but you do work a lot in Southampton, and there's some good locations within Southampton where children and young people can reach out to you.
Absolutely. So we do in Southampton specifically, we have Mansell Park Pavilion, which is our community centre based in Millbrook. This is often where we run not after school clubs, but sessions that do run after school in the evening with a part of our prevention work. We also then often do a lot of our targeted support work there, as well as our progression opportunities. And thankfully with that, we also have a social enterprise Brew and New community cafe that is based at Mansell Park as well. So this is one of the areas that we bring into progression, because young people are able to do work experience there, and so it all sort of feeds into the work. So we are able to support young people and also support the community by running it at Mansell Park. We also then do our street reach arrange around Mansell Park, not Mansell, well, we do around Mansell Park, but also across Southampton. So Daisy Dip, Lord's Hill, lots of different areas across Southampton. You're able to come, as well as at the Lord's Hill Youth Project, where we also run centre-based youth work there. So we're very much dotted around Southampton if young people are in need of support.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.